Hey everybody. Oh, you're not going to be stuck behind me now, that's good. How's everybody doing? Apologies for last minute change of the day. I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I knew I had today free, so I decided to punt it. Anyway, last time we effectively finished the patch quest. We rescued Vitra's sister, convinced Golbez that what he was doing was the wrong thing, defeated Zermus, Zero became a paladin, thus completing the Cecil journey. And now Zero and Golbez are trying to save the 13th. Also, Guy was a little annoyed that we didn't get her involved in the situation. Today, besides making 3,066 kill, we continue. I'll just grab this one. Right. Last time, yeah, we met Legs. We did indeed meet Legs. I'm not sure if you know about this, Zoe, but when that patch first dropped, data miners tried to get a sneak peek because with her was the release of female lines blanking on them. The lion people. But unfortunately, all there was just the legs. They literally did not give her an upper body. Hey, Darth. That's all she had. They've gone a little bit sneakier about the data miners to get ahead of them. How are you both doing? Ah, Melina. One of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Odessian request your presence at Charlie under the earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you're no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldessian Annex at once. Rajika awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ashdaya the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is still much more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Oof. Has it been that hot over that side of the pond? A warm and hearty welcome to you, Relina. I gather you received our message? Please wait here while I fetch Cryon Graha. Thank you for coming at such short notice. And forgive us for saying you so soon after your trials out in the void. Say nothing of the grueling effects. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who requested you, and I am going far too fast. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked for us to help see him on his behalf. I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated the change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there's someone whom he wishes Relina to meet. He also mentioned that you'd be tending to business in the studio. Shall we take a look at him there? Oh! 60 to 30.5? Oh! Oh god, that means I'm probably going to be getting a massive heat wave next week. We typically get your weather like a week afterwards. Because that's how long it takes to cross the ocean. Now then, where is Ernville?
Ernville!
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her, the adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me, when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Toral, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
On the morning of the theology, yes, I have received a pleasant surprise. I was a good. Ew! Tells me more, Darth.
So the tales have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
I would say so, Darth. I'm pretty sure it has been established, yes. Alright, huh? You did your best. You sure your prize will be the second dish to. Ooh! Nice! So, for a hunt. The stronger the prey, the better. The chance to not only see Toral, but the fabled Golden City besides, This is some grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what may be a suitable occasion for her hunt, however. When I was a damn guilty guild area, I learned about the petition for. He went there not long ago and killed some unruly fauna. Of course, but according to the recent reports, other ordinary docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed that they've been unsettled by some marrow predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer their petition. Mile isn't far. We also know be helping out those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in the world. Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, well then before we have the chance to get acquainted. Cells capable of being endocannons. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Break on ahead to the aisle. I will join you as soon as possible. The barista said you are ready. Let us head for the harbour. This being guilty business, it would be simple to not to secure a vessel. Because I cannot sound a voice for Anvil. On the back of the book was a folded map, one of which being this main solar system and saying which is just a glowing system. And on the other, on one side, and the one galaxy on the other. Interesting! So they give you a nice little bit of a roadmap for how to explore use the setting then. Well, use the books then. I will admit, I am actually more interested in Starfinder than I am Pathfinder. It starts. So we have to take a ship? Okay. And I barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, this was a good cause. A hunt! Come on, let's get going!
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kono's my second older brother, and until recently he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
That is actually a handy thing of having both
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So ordinarily
Both things
harmless
together.
creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that can try me. Let's hunt out here.
Look! Someone's in trouble!
Yeah! Taste my axe!
I'm sorry. The researchers were being attacked by sheep. I have questions. Why was there level 90 sheep and reindeer? What have you been doing to these sheep? Oh, thank goodness you came. I take it you're the one who answered our petition? Wait, aren't you? You are! Lillian, the adventurer, saved our star! Our meeting was under bare circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transport when I suddenly found myself surrounded. To find more of the same across the chasm. Those docile animals grow strangely savage. Our colleagues can tell you more. Will you give me just a moment and we can finish checking our equipment? They'd have
You
to
really
be.
are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Oh, this is dangerous. We have my #1 hype man here.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
The adventurer came to answer my petition, I presume. We are most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us. The creature of unknown origins has been sighted in the island in recent days. I believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond the gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Your task is to quell any threats you find, and search for traces of the beast responsible for all of this. If you should find anything at all, we'd be most grateful if you would share it with us.
I'll handle this.
Giant killer muffins.
Is that all? Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail.
Well, they were giant killer puffins.
These claw marks. I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
I believe it be the Welsh.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
Roasted.
You presume it's even safe to eat? Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
I suppose they're upset we disturbed their hunt. Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, they've got one.
We found.
Oh, come on, I can jump that.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey. It speaks?
It's heading towards the falls!
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Come, Woklamat!
Right.
It's massive. It's Toucan Sam after so many other loops.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit! Oncoming iceberg, I'm going to have the last laugh. Try sinking my teeth into you. Shut up already, you blasted bird!
Okay, you clearly don't have that much experience with birds. Birds control.
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Not good. Quickly, gather together! I've got you.
That was too close.
Ready now?
Spread out, everyone!
Who paid for that? Thank you. And I had barely limbered up.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt. But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks! Dirty tricks!
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Leave this to me! Have at you!
Kryl!
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuli Yolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuli Yolal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
There we go. No need to panic, we got through it now. And apparently ate it. I understand Krau's feelings all too well. Desire to one's part, it can be daunting to try and keep up. But nothing will change unless we can take the first step. Thanks to Wuklamot, now we know who to send the letter to grandfather, among other things. And many questions still remain. Pacified and the research is safe. Our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the call remit. For better or worse, there's only one place we can take it to here in Charlian. Last stand. Come, let's see what Dick and Cooper has for us. Actually, so I've never seen one. What can I get you, Alina? Bird meat. Oh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I learned recently. Learned from some sailors. For you lot, it's on the house. You can smell as much as you like, you hear?
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charleyan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
Oh, it's one of Zero's curries.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charleyan.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
I see.
It's Harry Kim and Tuvok.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
I do like how Raha is taking point as the political go-ahead. Judging by Wuklamat's reaction, it appears truly Al-Qassina isn't excessively fiery. Whether Wuklamat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say, but I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. But whether you choose to help her, though, is up for you. You alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, it's past time hour. Report a mission success for the guild ship. Would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have a royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then. Well, I dare say we now have a grasp of the situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider our invitation. Why not use that to learn more about Tural? Moonmon is bound to have some information on the continent. Quite right. Not only would it help you make an informed decision, but if you do choose to go, you would be better prepared for what awaits. Come, my friend. Let us be off to the archives. So is that your main get from Gen Con? Pathfinder, Starfinder? Origins of blue magic can be traced back to esoteric practices of the Malaki, a tribe on a distant continent, Toral. The tribal's nature in their highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they've learned to harness the power of wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred ground. It is so named for the cerulean deposit that wells up in the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under the shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Valaki's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose the colour, as you will doubtless gleaned, is for the significant host of the Valaki. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honour the people from whom this normal magic was born. Let us begin by comparing the geological characteristics of the three great continents of Toral. The former stretches from the east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. Oh my god, is everything fucking selling today or something? In contrast, the latter extends to far reaches of the north, both northern and southern hemispheres. And the difference immediately presents itself in the form of the climate variance. Shifts in the continent tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving north and south. Owing to the time of longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it is by men, animal, or plants. A case in point is the Allegans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east into Ilsamad, where movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the dispatched tribes of the Toral waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from the frozen lands that withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in the open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Mamuja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Surely, it is a testament to the Altar's greatness. Yeah. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Toral is no exception. Yet here, some of our creatures have become a familiar sight in Eosia. Many more exist that are rarely seen on the side of the Indigo Deep. This tome includes a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca. The customers of the Toral Khaki Mountains, this four-legged beastskin has been domesticated for seeming hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Their soft white fleece is highly praised by weavers, while their strong legs and sure footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Weavery. This ferocious scale-skin is native to the dense jungles of Toral. The Mamuja have succeeded in taming them, realizing the prodigious strength from manual labor. For their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Weavery is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Alcramanda. Toral's folklore holds this bird-like creature as mightiest of beasts and the embodiment of nature's power. Well, whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Oh, hey Raha. History, geography, botany. The public archives alone suffice to provide a solid grounding on Toral. Thanks, Raha. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tural. Ogre, pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous potato. These crops are more that regularly grace Eorzean dining tables, trace their origins to the New World, as this place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year of 1498, the 6th Asteroid era, when a Mamulsan sailor named Cataraman successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the Territory Unknown continent. Cataraman spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the Denizens exploring the nation of Monjoja. He was even granted an audience with the Supreme Leader, whose confidence he won alone, with permission to roam freely. Cataraman would return to Tural several times, but during his first expedition he charted the land and gathered myriad fruit, vegetables, and seeds to bring back to the lips of Lominsa. The most notable of these was the popoto, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it spread quickly to all of Eorzea. Borders was far from the only boundary of Cataraman's expedition to Tural. Many tantalizing recipes such as the bean-filled burrito and gripping legends such as that of the Golden City reached their shores by way of his ship. Those outside of Cataraman's circle, Tural remains shrouded in mystery. Its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. However, otherwise, books to draw, you are somewhat better informed of the destination. Grant, he will be eager to know what you've discovered. Scoured the library to your explanation, have you? Excellent. Oh, the books, a few books hold the subject around. I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let's continue outside. Mamas do not take kindly to chatter. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that you were read this very same book in cuisine. Wasn't surprised that references to Tural within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? Ah yes, the roundlands and explore. We traversed Indigo Deep and discovered the unknown West. It has accomplished an end there, traveled to Tural extensively and even forged a relationship with a Dawn Servant. If we were to meet Cataraman, what things we could learn. Unless all this happened nigh 4 years ago, they no longer available to tell us his tales. But moving on, did you perchance learn aught of fauna of Tural? Give me your adventuring background. I suspect the topic would interest you. Why do I get the impression you might have put your skill against the fell beast? Unfortunately, I found scant detail in your would-be prey. More so described as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the sky. All I can see with my own eyes, assuming it even exists. Thought I heard unfamiliar voices. Fancy only the two of you here. Well, have some research of your own, do you? Aye, we hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Guardian people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Japan, they will look to foster relations with other nations. This includes foreign imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in the history of and how neighbours of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. One of you two of you, Whatever brings you to say. Mission comprise those of the people to Terrell. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We do well to read on Terrellio ourselves. The Constance was really the only one allowed to help with Clement. There was no mention of such restrictions, as I recall. On the contrary, Wicklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. I think I know how to make most of our respite. Follow me, Alpino. We have planning to do. Alice, wait! It would seem our plans have changed. If you'll excuse me. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let's return to the annex. Alpino's voice just returned to me there. This song will show just how much dialogue I read as him. Just how much indeed. Oh, this is a terrible weather for this conversation. Well, can't be helped.
It's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wicklamat's request? I don't blame you. No matter the assurances, it's no simple thing to wade into the midst of a political struggle, and in a foreign land at that. How about this then? Instead of deciding here, go there first and then decide. In the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
What are you plotting? On this foggy night, foggy day. You know, sometimes I think the reason I hang around here is to hear these wonderful speeches of yours. Man, the weather timing for this one was so unfortunate. Oh my god. What time is it? Looks like a Mistborn cover, especially. Kinda, yeah. Welcome back, Elena. If you're looking for Willamette, she's currently with the others in the chambers. If you like, I can go fetch her for you. Understood. Please wait in the main hall. Especially if you consider the fact that I'm a Dark Knight, so I'm around with a giant thick sword like a Kolos blade. So, like, you know. Just pure arming it up.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
Damn, Zoe, you timed that Star Trek quote quite perfectly.
Then you need me as much as I need you. Together we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you? Alphino, Alize! What are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklammat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
First impressions last.
"'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize."
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbours. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honour, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers, and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora. There. This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
No, we're not we're taking the next expansion. What? Oh. The game cannot continue until you say yes. Alright guys, that's Endwalker done. I actually like the art here, so let's just play for a bit. Goodbye, Conjurer Trial. I'm also totally not trying to run the Eorzean clock down so that we get to Toral during daytime. I'm totally not doing that right now. Yeah. Still wonder why she couldn't go with us places. Even if she was apparently level 90 this entire time. Imagine level 90 Conjurer. None of the Jobstone abilities. Unless you wonder about your passage Ral, Ernvo will arrange a ship for his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you. A rugged and tiny kit knapsack may serve you well in your coming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I'll hear something. Till then, please take your ease. Alright guys, it's time to go on vacation. Meanwhile, in Limsa Laminsa.
When does the next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
West, you say?
Meanwhile, no Charlian.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound.
Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World?
Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn a new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizon's bond, and tread the gilded path beyond. I love those end of adventure quotes, I don't know why. Anyway. Oh hey, part 3's there now. Interesting. I might keep that in mind. Determined to prove herself worthy of her father's legacy, Luke the Mat, daughter of the Dawn, servant of Tuliolal, and one of the 4 claimants to his throne, seek allies in Eorzea to help her achieve victory in the right of succession. As you pledge your support to the fledgling monarch, you set your sights on the western continent of Taral and the new adventure. I'm very glad it let me do that. It would have been awkward to have to leave and come back. Welcome back, Relina. I've just got word from Arenville. The Caesar's managed to secure passage to Taral aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go inform your travel companions? It shouldn't take a moment. Hello, One Piece Horn. Okiji gave us the good news. We went ready for set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Arnville himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us board a vessel bound for Toral. There will be other passengers, resources and artisans and the like, so we need to share deck space. That's fine, Aaronville. Don't anyone expect we'd have this ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what we'll be doing at Toral, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation Toral is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we will assist you in deciding the right of succession, and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Elf and I have another objective. As far as reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbours. By visiting Toral, we hope to learn more about its many cultures and interact with one another. How they find common ground, develop stronger ties. This sort of insight they might help our friends in Elsabard. Don't we'll pursue our own goal in our own time. You can be rest assured that we'll give this contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Now, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kyle? Yes. As far as we can determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with an investigated golden save by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no records of that investigation in our archives. Nothing explained the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for a reason both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. And sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You got your answers right from the source. We'll look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of his expedition, only part of the first promises commanded I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the Stoic Servant, I see. What of you? Did you dare tell me you changed your mind? I'm on vacation. Well said. We won't get far away following in the shadows. Right then, I thought we were committed to the journey. I said we make ready to depart. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbour. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well? I need 4 hours to pass, 3 hours to pass in game. It's fine, I know how to stall.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Though Toral may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me! Woklamat!
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
Yeah, that be so.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
Somehow, me hearties, we've ended up on the most pirate ship on the way to South America.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
General Septim probably did have a son, yes, Zoe. I can see him becoming a sailor after world peace was achieved and all that. great and famous hero. Yeah, I've gotten enough of playing simpleton. There was a time when we took great pain to maintain deception. When more Eorzeans come to Tyrell, it's becoming impractical. Besides, the mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace that historic journey of the great Caterman. You know, first Eorzean to set foot in Tyrell, almost 8 years ago. Mumilja's leader said to welcome Caterman with open arms, and sent him home with a bounty of silverware and a token of friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back: potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, which he spread across the Eorzean like wildfire. This great adventure led to the Continental Revolution. Tales say Caterman returned to Tyrell several times after that. The ship vanished during his last recorded short voyage. He's never been heard from again. Even a seasoned explorer like him could be such an endless testimony to the ocean's peril. I see. An adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Odal. And this is your first crossing the salt, as they say. Do you remember that the social motives of yours are not necessarily the same of those over yonder? Because all of this is not common for the various races to be referred to instead with our names of certain clans. For Makoti, the Estaru, the Rothgar, the Zabrak. But is it because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind? Is it because many individuals of the same race are associated with the clan? A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give up heads. Until this vessel's been equipped with barriers to take us from nice from storms. A reassuring thought. Though I nevertheless play them, no need for it. Yar, did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets and who'll be sat next to the dogs of a shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right succession. Your young Wuklamat being one of them, of course. Well, from what a Mamulja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen enough to rest their coin on the 3rd promise. Yar, let me get back to just staring at the ocean. Yes, you. How interesting it is out there, yes. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. God, I'm taken back to the Merchant Navy. This is no joke. This is just how empty it looks out there. Nothing for so far. Just ocean and sky. And whatever other ship in front of you. So far in that endless blue. It's very, very far. Anyway, my first visit to Tyrell. Told your team's the name. I was working the aerospace aesthetics in Odal, you see. My employment with them came to an end. That's why I visit Charlotte. The old standing over. I was attempting to play and getting to find a new job. I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard the room fire. And our passerwoods suddenly opened up. So the dawn server welcomed all the cars of origin. So Tula and all seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. And my god, that water texture! That's freaking perfect, that is. Anyway. Hopefully things will be better this time. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have a Matt and Aaron will teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Don't mind me just taking my headphones off. I do not need to revisit this part of my time at sea.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shetona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
We're in the teeth of a gale, lads! Reef that sail before the mast snaps!
Oh dear.
Only elves have watch! This wind's too strong to take any sail! Man going off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Woklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
I should experiment to see why the cores are a little muted on stream compared to what I have.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Boobies!
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliyolal's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look at my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Behold, the Star Destroyer! Oh, it is tradition at this point. Something I need to do as soon as we port. I should have done it already. That we'll do at the end.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first.
Indeed. I need to log out to show a video.
I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
For it is tradition when we start a new expansion. First, suspend real quick. Pay no attention to the fact they all vanished.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Come now. There's no cause for panic. This one might make for a worthy opponent.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
Big fat taco.
Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage?
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. My home. Tural.
I can't not see the Star Destroyer. Like, look at this! The bridge is here, the shield pod's there, the main triangle body. I indeed was on a boat. Take a good hard look at the motherfucking boat. Should have done that before we actually started this expansion. That's a bit of a whoopsie on my part, but hey ho. Hey ho. I think I'm allowed to make the odd mistake here and there. Anyway. As I was saying, I'm on vacation. So let's get on vacation. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. Right then, first things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for me. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were running on these strange folk. The strange folk promises found themselves some new followers then. Followers? Look at the map. If you want help. No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick at all. That's one of my handpicked entourage here. I've recruited them to help me with the rite of succession. I was rather shown around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We saw like that. Your siblings have a tendency to command their respect at all distance. But you're just easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry about your bother me. You're very kind. Good day to you, I promise. They did have a point. Look at the matters technically royalty here. Like it or or not, a bunch of stations surrounded by this many outside. Surrounded all the crowd. Wait, what do you mean, technically? I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically another me then. Relina, you and Kryle come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a look around. That voyage was harsh on us all, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit. At least until the wakeful mass nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Oh. Look, don't lie to the physician. She's a doctor. And thank you. I thought the fighting in hell look was would be a bit off tone. So I made a summer glam. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbour. Elmville mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shell address can navigate the bay. Mostly small fishing boats with barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers for inland settlements. Much of our incoming traffic is from Doctoral, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unexplored here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighbouring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliolo's largest marketplace. Being right to on the harbour, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they mostly have like they have. Oh, right. I should mention that here in Tural, we buy things with Pell, a currency that the Puli created. But don't worry. More and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so more shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also Wakameki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head from northwards to the stairs to a southern plaza. Can't wait to see the look on your faces. Is it the giant aetheroid crystal that we can see from the harbour? Oh my! It is the giant aetheroid crystal we can see from the harbour! What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have aetherized in Tuliolo? I think I told you before, my brother. Kona spent 3 years studying in Charlian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back was the knowledge of aetheric construction. Papa wanted the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and up the slope to the right side. Right at the top of the gate is which leads to Saxferal. Let's make a stop at Brugdum along the way though. That's the headquarters of Landsguard. Tuned to that a year and a month ago. I went a bit of an oopsie on the path. That's fine. Or I'll break your legs. There you go. Trudging up and down all these slopes and exits is exhausting. I understand now why the local Mac gets her endless endurance. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure that the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Hey Magtai, I'm doing okay. How be you? Here we are, Bright Moon Post. These soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tulliola and for preserving peace. The Lance Guard are led by our nation's strongest warriors, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least, until 3 years ago, when Zorauja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means their first promise are considered equal to the Dawn Servant and martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alpino analysis should be around here too. Come on, it's time I show you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern edge of Talamak. It's Lester's new expansion. This is it's the ending of this expansion. The patch 7.3 came out last Tuesday. Which I should note, by the way, I was definitely the right call to stop streaming last week when I did, because we definitely went over the time limit I had left because of that patch. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokhoi. Strictly speaking, Toral is actually 2 separate continents. Yoktoral, the sister lands of mother, and Zaktoral, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond. Legends say it is to be one great landmass, but long ago the 2 gods fought a titanic battle. One threw the other to the ground. The impact was so devastating as to split the continent in 2. A familiar sounding tale. I put the mind in the title than the Zodiac. Again back to Zaktoral. These lands are also part of Tuliola's nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of 2 continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural have been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to the minor conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what lies beyond the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktoral requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permanents until the right succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm done, Servant. Until then, you'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to that because that's a big bridge, and we all know who happens to stand on big bridges. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, the travel past is yours. And yes, Relina is embracing the tropical vacation she's on. Must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolo isn't like any place I've ever visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. We'll head next to the Arc of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. Your dirigibles too! Tuliolo Southern doesn't want for methods of travel. We'll get by. We get by. Now you've seen enough of this area. Let me know, they'll continue on. The Arc of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so to speak. If you see something that interests you as we walk. Hey, big Raha. So what's everyone been up to this last week? I do be curious. Struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city in the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of the Yokoi Temple. The giants built it with the first. When first making the bridge of the Exactel, the beast the gods who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yokoi withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing this new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace scenes right within the center of Terral. He gathered artisans to do the work. The houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the resplendent water. The diggers have invented this thing in Tuliolo. We climb these sets of stairs here all the way up. The summer outfit glam through all Duntrail until the twist happens to make cutscenes very good. Hey Cat, that's the exact goal I have for this one. Also, hey Cat, hope you're doing well. Going into this city all bloody year and I still got lost. I mean, that's the price when you have Aetheroid travel. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what the carvings at the top represent. Paplet's palace is called Volupshunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. I still have not managed to see the jumping puzzle on this one, by the way. Bum, bum, bum. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. Ba, So this is Respondent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, here are representatives from the Octoral clans. Mamilja, Zabral, Pelatu, Moblin, Hanahuna. We also have Tonawa, Petzaro, and Shetona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Saktoral. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Toral. A true representation of truly else events the first character. The adornments on each building contribute to like the culture and aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. I've never seen such an enormous drum. Bilbo doesn't even use to beat such an instrument. That big drum is called the Dawn Herald. We play it for formal occasions, or when honouring the Lance Guard's return from dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Had me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the first time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. The first time. The first time he did that. Okay. Well. Moving on. I mean, it makes sense. You destroyed a cultural landmark. It looks like it was fixed though, so it worked out in the end. And here are the dirigibles. Not bad, eh? In other nations, you use airships to sail the skies, but you only find balloons in Tuliyola. You have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Kona brought back the plans in Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned the construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. Well, that's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. Balloons. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as Yoctoral Landgate. When Papa found Tuliola, everyone began using his present name in honor of the great achievement. The gate is Kazumarka, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on which right the succession asks of it, we might end up going in that direction. Kazumarka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we just passed? Ah, those are alpaca. Fearsome four-legged beasts. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll soon learn, child. You'll soon learn. But forget the alpacas. There's something far more important to show you. Come along. If you wish to learn the history of Tural, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? What's special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they may look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see something much more interesting. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of which featuring two-headed Mamoja. Oh, then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Galu Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliolao saga. The deeds he performed in Bonzi Forest, all immortalized at once. There's no better way to learn how Tuliolao came to be. Study them as long as you like. This pellet tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer, Kit something. I can never remember the name. You mean Catamaran? Ah, that's the one. Catamaran's arrival in Tural is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. They said the two were close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Catamaran's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. Records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Here we have the Lay of the Reeds. This is a story when Papa visited the Hanahunu, the Darren village of Kazunuka. The people often almost mistook for Vanu Vanu, if not for the colourful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's not surprised he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year. Very famous and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Butts, which depicts the Moblins of Kazunuka. They might wear old masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver rock they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only people with distinct cultural counterparts. This one recounts the Lay of Respect. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of Zabral like me. For decades, the Zabral and Mamoja were at war for the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end this conflict has ever been hailed as the first steps into the founding of Tuliolal. There's the clan of Rothgar and Borgia, known as Hellions. In their society, the woman rules as a queen. Yet here in Tural, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. The Germanic culture can vary with location. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. A lay of gold. This pillar shows how one of the Pelipulu says we create our currency, the Pelu, for rightfully known as the Mountain Clan. You ever see Tuliola markets and the travelling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Toral. Don't let their sights fool you. You might be mistaken as children. Beneath those beaked masks, they are very clever and calculated traders. Oh, this one's my favourite, the Lay of Ice. The mix about the legendary Toral Vidral, the Commander. I should explain. The Toral Vidal is a creature that has lived far beyond his usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Tara described the Far Eastern Auspice in similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Well, Commander itself was dubbed as Sky Rune, a name earned from his destruction and terror visited upon Toral every time it stirred from a slumber. But 18 years or so ago, his ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a giant struggle, Ampon has come that has managed to overcome the raging Freedral and sealed it away in the Ulakak Mountains. Despite his reputation, however, Vilgramanda is a symbol of power. That's why you see his likeness in Tulio on the national emblem, and according to the banners all over the place. Palace even. And I'll lay a proof. The big fellows is Yokyoi, the largest Toral's people. These giants once used their giant strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yok Toral. Having brought the southern reaches to Heel, they turned towards setting their sights in Zoktoral. You'll recall the massive bridge they built beyond the Sky Gate. Some time after launching the northern campaign, however, they just gave up, abandoned the lands and they conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urpaka. I've never seen any of their kind so much set its foot in the city. This was of people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What could have possibly to announce their ambition and place into real history? Oh, this one's unmarked. Papa says he left a blank page for the next chapter of Toral's history, whatever that may be. Had your fill of history then? Man, it is hot in here. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprise there, seeing I couldn't keep myself down for a while. But now I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bit of a bite of the delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. Alright guys, we're about to witness a very, very evil act. Very, very evil. Have you ever heard of tacos? They're a Tulio classic. You have a crunchy shell made from corn flour and filled with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but like how they're made here at the Zamble Tea Best. I need one right in front of me right now. Let's out downstairs and place an order with old Brooklyn Evil. They knew.
Brook Evo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
you, I promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale, like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils. Oh! Ah!
If it isn't the third promise.
What the?
I don't know these ones. New salt. Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it.
Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor! Glory on your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne, nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneeveling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihyolal. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you!
There's a lot of words for not buying me more tacos.
two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
We are tonight our tacos. Son, you owe me some tacos. One open taco part on the streets for shame. Ladies, gentlemen, those beyond the concept of gender. Behold the object of lust of Dawn Trail. Do you know, Captain? I'd actually forgotten. I had genuinely forgotten just how bizarrely popular Bakul Jaja was. I mean, fair. Very fair. The Captain is not kidding. Bakul Jaja was the key target of attraction of all the characters that was introduced in Dawn Trail. I don't even think it was close. Will someone think of the tacos? I'm thinking of the tacos. Yep. Bakul Jaja is the Grahati of Dawn Trail. As well as a certain leader of Ishguards of Dawn Trail. I'm blanking his name at the moment. I was looking forward to some truly authentic Tuliokan's cuisine. We should hurry and join Alphino and others at the palace. Where did we go wrong for that to be true? Nobody knows, Zoe. Nobody knows. It surprised everyone. I don't understand these people get exactly. They stepped on tacos. They knocked out tacos for what we were going to have and stepped on them. I mean, what the hell? Alright. It's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Spanish Quarter and even the eastern side of Talamak if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of the city's layout, let you find your own way to Volokshunsa. Oh, my poor empty belly. Amphilia? Word of advice if you ever start playing this game. Always grab these as you go past them. I know it's very late to be giving advice, considering we've been streaming this game for 2 years, but still. We saw 2-headed Mamloja on the way over here. Another claimant in right succession, according to Erenville. The food is amazing. That passing Mamloja let us try a fruit called Cherimoya, and it was just sublime. You ever met the feel of the city now? It's morning, guys. You can tell because the city is now swinging. You made it! Good! And we're all here. I'm still hungry to eat a whole roasted colibri. But the Countess won't eat for us forever. I'll go to the twins with the city as best I could in short order. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it really difficult. And there was something would catch their eye, spun then run down an alley to investigate. It was like hurrying a pair of unruly corrals. I understand all too well. Charlie and I had the same theory. Right then, last time we saw the inside of the palace, Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. Oh, so that was your guys' planning mistake. You should have had the twins separated. Like, pair Alphino and Kral together and Alice and me together. Anyway.
When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them for Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tiral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered still. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their mettle, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Mercy, I'm also on vacation. Bye.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Kona. The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja. You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young, and so I look to thee always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the One-Head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shok Tural leading the Lance Guard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
He's sitting on it.
I offer as proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you'll need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakun Jaja's successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Kryl Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Do you see my hat?
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come! It's Seralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior!
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Seralja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Seralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Seralja, the palace seer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Seralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Seralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Kryl, are you all right?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Subtle.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me. Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Sharlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Sharlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyolan. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is.
A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth? I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's Promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
It's a little awkward timing. I think we're just gonna finish this quest off and then we'll pick up next time, starting this off proper. This is in part because I'm pretty sure the next parts will go way past an hour and I am running out of steam. So well, so much for a brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time in any decisive act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. As we have to walk through the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tulio saga. I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars. We might check for any discrepancy between them. Good idea! Let's go and take a look. Where are you? Alright, fine. I'm here for an adventure, and because a ghost taunted me with a laundry list of objectives. That makes everyone. Look at the mat, the tablets if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet. Now let's compare it to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Unless I'm missing something, the clusters appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we have established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting two of those peoples, and we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer right ahead of us. Papa's path is all but laid into the Ulmo saga. The events of the Glyphs portray. We know the exact locations where they took place. If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. We will confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Unhelmet settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during the festival season and the whole village was alive with cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one about the Pellipo village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around for the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city and the story passed through the sea. Apparently it ravaged Dr. Roll several days ago. Since our roads are not well paved as yours is, the most is set to damage from natural disasters. We can avoid wasting time taking a dead end. I just spent a few moments making inquiries. The information we need. Just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. That's right. The reservation's under Wooklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companion's phone to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go ahead and track the third promise. Once you're finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Zebulov Tai. Greetings, visitors to Tuliolal, and welcome to the 4 Hours Caravans. Whenever you are ready, I will show you to your rooms. Okay, I think this is actually a good stop point then. Next time, we catch up with Wooklamat and begin the rite of succession. If it wasn't as hot as it is right now, I probably would have continued. But I feel like I'm sitting in an oven. And also today is my extra long shift again at work, so I'm also a bit tired. That's why I don't like streaming on Tuesdays. But I wanted to make up for missing yesterday. Okie dokie. Let's find us somebody to raise. I'm gonna send you off to enjoy. Sorry, no, I'll send you off to learn about dinosaurs. I hope everyone had a good time. We should be back to our normal time next week on Mondays. But for now, I'm going to go cool off and rest up. You all have a great week. Until next time, cheery bye. Cheery, cheery. Cheery bye.